Hello, everyone. I am Renown Zero, and this huge bombshell just dropped from the original voice actor of Bayonetta from both Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2, essentially calling for a boycott of Bayonetta 3 over a contract that was offered to her to do the voice of Bayonetta 3 the entire game. And she dropped 4 parts of videos that we're going to go through and listen to right about now, and I will give my thoughts on this whole thing. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Helen Taylor. I am the voice of Bayonetta, and would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. The Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million. That's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, flat rate, was $4,000 US. This is an insult to me. The amount of time that I...
Oh, it is an absolute insult to you because, like you said, $450 million in sales for both Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 being extremely successful AAA titles, and now they want to offer you essentially chump change for your hard work. That's absolute bullshit and unacceptable of both Platinum Games and Nintendo. They should be ashamed for offering this nonsense number to someone as talented as she is.
took to work on my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans.
Because that's what it's really all about. It's really all about the fans for someone that sounds as passionate as she does right about now. But Nintendo and Platinum Games does not seem to care about the fans. They care more about their bottom line and how much money they could make and how much less money they can spend on a person voicing a character.
I'm asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. I didn't want the world, didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage.
That sounds pretty reasonable to me.
What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
Alright, we're going to jump right into part 2 here.
Now, those of you who follow me on Twitter know that I'm more of a lover than a fighter, and sometimes think I'm not very much like Bayonetta at all. I guess I am.
Before I continue this, you can seriously listen to the way she's speaking, and you can tell in her voice that she's very passionate and very into this character. Like, she feels like she is this character, which she is. This character is a part of her legacy. This character is a part of who she is, and you can tell within her voice that she's holding back a lot of emotion while recording these videos.
A little bit more like Bayonetta than I thought. I understand that boycotting this game is a personal choice, and there are those that won't, and that's fine. But if you're someone...
And she's at least not bashing people who still decide to purchase the product.
Who cares about people? Who cares about the world around you? Who cares about who gets hurt with these financial decisions? Then I urge you to boycott this game. I decided to do it to stand up in solidarity with people all over the world who do not get paid properly for their talents. leave us the rotten crumbs.
She's absolutely 100% correct. Corporations do this all the time. They make all this profit, and then they end up cutting their bottom line. It's one of those things like what Activision Blizzard did. They made all this money, they made record breaking years of profit, and yet they still laid off people for no other reason than they just didn't want to pay people for their hard work.
You know, in England right now, there are nurses going to food banks to feed their children. This is not right. This is not acceptable. It impacts mental health.
It's 100% not acceptable.
I suffered from depression and anxiety. I worried that I was going to be on the streets. That terrified me so much that once
And this has actually been a worldwide problem with voice actors where they don't get paid enough for their hard work and the amount of time and effort that they put into the characters that they voice. And you can tell right off the rip that she is very passionate about the characters that she voices. She actually cares about the fan base and not just the money, essentially. But at the same time, she wants to be paid what she is worth. She should be paid what she's worth, considering how popular this game franchise has become over the years.
I was suicidal. I am not afraid of the non-disclosure agreement.
And that's another thing. She's breaking an NDA, which is extremely brave for someone to do nowadays, because there are a lot of people out there who are too cowardice to break an NDA to expose these corporations for how evil they really are.
I can't even afford to run a car. What are they going to do? Take my clothes? Good luck to them. Bayonetta always stands up for those with less power and stands up for what is right. And in doing this, you stand with her.
Alright, we're going to move on to part 3 here.
For those of you who are interested, I'd like to go into a little more detail about the back and forth. First thing was I was required to audition again, because sometimes voices change with time. So I auditioned for the role and obviously passed with flying colours. They then sent me an insulting offer. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to write to Hideki Kamiya. I'm going to write to him.
And Hideki Kamiya is being a piece of shit right now as well on Twitter. He's actually blocking people for being in support of Helena Taylor on his bullshit right now as we speak. He's going around blocking people for anyone actually asking about this nonsense that's going on right about now.
And ask him for what I'm worth.
As I'm recording this video.
So I've got a friend who has been in business in Japan to write in Japanese to him. I know he read it because I got a reply. I got a reply saying that he values greatly my contribution to the game and that the fans really want me to voice it over. And the memory of first meeting me as Bayonetta is a memory I hold dear. So I thought, great, thank God. That was when they offered me $4,000 US. You know,
That's a joke.
Platinum had the cheek to say that I was busy, that they couldn't make it work with Miss Taylor's schedule. Well, I had.
Yeah, and they lied about it. Wow, bro. They lied about it, too. Lied about it this whole time.
Had nothing but time. They now have a new girl voicing her over. And I love actors. I wish her all the joy in the world. I wish her all the jobs. But she has no right to say she is the voice of Bayonetta. I created that voice. She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta.
100% correct. 100% correct. 100% factual on that one. And I've met Jennifer Hale. She's very nice. I met her because she voices the female Shepard in Mass Effect.
Any more than I have the
And Samus in Metroid Prime.
right to sign as Eva Green, even though I was her parrot on the video game The Golden Compass. betrayal is hers and hers alone. They'll probably try and do a spin-off with Jan. Don't buy that either.
100% boycott. And right now, yeah, absolutely destroyed. And it's crazy that in a thread under that umbrella guy, there are actually people justifying this bullshit too. There are people in here who are justifying this nonsense. And we'll find it here. We'll find it in the comments here. I also think it's hilarious that guys like Yellow Flash and Tug talk all this shit about men simping, then immediately jump to the defense of who gives no context while yelling they didn't pay me enough. See, again, these are the type of people that justify this bullshit when people are not paid what they should be paid for their work. It's really, really stupid. And then this is a stupid comment. But she'd use that 4K by Bitcoin 1980, she'd be a trillionaire. Like, dude, shut up. You are a fucking loser for saying some nonsense like that. Like, for real. You got people like Spawnwave paying attention. You got Dreamcast guy, as much as I don't like him, he's still paying attention. This is the person that I first saw this from was Nibble. And of course, people are like comparing her to like Chris Pratt. It's like, it has nothing to do with this. Well, what does that have to do with this? Absolutely nothing. You got him, Dreamcast guy, actually canceling his pre-order for Bayonetta 3. I will be doing the same thing when I get a chance after finishing this video up. I will also be canceling my pre-order for this because they lied about why they didn't hire her, and she's bringing to light the bullshit from Platinum Games. And going forward, I will not be supporting any Platinum games at all going forward. And I bought the remaster of Bayonetta and Vanquish dual pack. I bought those remasters too, but going forward, I will not be buying any more Platinum games at all. Fuck this company. And I like all their titles. You got this person, she puts it into perspective. 4,000 equivalent to 66 copies of Bayonetta 3. That's how much they think they're worth. Literally 66 copies. Money that they'll make back in seconds because the game will go on to some minutes. I despise how this industry treats voice actors. And I believe, Hideki Kamiya is actually blocking people, like I said. He's blocking people. If you ask him about this, he's just straight up blocking people. Straight up blocking people. And I wish I had the thread where he's talking and he's getting like completely ratioed, like hardcore ratioed by everyone. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. Hideki Kamiya. This is his actual account right here. Right here. Alright, this is actually a tweet somebody that they're talking about. I don't know why you're bringing that up. Here, it's this one. Sad and deplorable about the attitude of untruth. That's all I can tell you. By the way, beware of my rules. He's getting completely ratioed, as he fucking should. Pay your voice actors, bruh. This is something you hear from, again, this has nothing to do with Trump or anything, but okay. Pay your fucking voice actors. Pay the voice actors, you MF. Pay up or shut up. Here are my rules behind a keyboard. Let's see, on one hand, you had the voice actor speaking about how little she was offering the business, notorious for underpaying its actors, and on the other hand, you have the reigning Twitter block champ whose response is vague threat in all caps. Gee, who'd have believed how he felt after posting this? He's just getting, you made a few bangers, but there's no chance you think you get to act like this. Your rules. Now what? Kneel before my power. Someone blocking Hideki Kamiya. So now the guy who had to crowdfund the Wonderful 101 remaster because Nintendo refused to polish it unless it was a Switch exclusive is harassing the voice actress of his most successful character when she talks about Nintendo Screw It. What an insect block. Your game's not nowhere near good enough for you to be acting like this. Now this dude is actual trash or underpaying voice acting and calling anyone who doesn't speak Japanese insects. Like, I don't care how good the games are, that becomes a matter of self-worth if the game's right thinks that's that of the players. Your tweet, yeah, whatever. They're air drilling your ass into quote tweets. Hideki when he accidentally blocks his voice actors. Yeah, he's just getting completely roasted for not paying Helena Taylor a living wage, or a proper wage, I should say, for her voice work on Bayonetta for a game that's AAA and so successful as it's been. So yes, I will be canceling my pre-order for this game out of respect for Helena Taylor for this trash treatment and trash payment for her voice work. Like, this is absolute garbage. But that's my thoughts on this, guys. Thank you all for checking it out. Appreciate it. Hopefully you got through it to the end. You'll like the video. Comment below what you think about this. Subscribe for more content. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.